A lot of rappers still, it seems like, want to be Tupac. They want to have his popularity. They want people to love them like everyone loves him. But why do you think no one's succeeding?
Well, because this is what they fail to realize about Tupac. In order for them to be Tupac, they would have to die before they peaked. Right before they peaked, they would have to die. So if you don't die, you can't do it. Bottom line, if you don't go die, you're not gonna be the next Tupac, because it ain't gonna be the next Tupac. Straight up.
Tupac was specifically a revolutionary rapper. Not the revolution of the 60s or the 70s, but a revolutionary rapper of his time. I think it's important that people understand that while you might praise or not praise the fact that Tupac had a political history, the post-traumatic stress associated with that history, very few people understand. And so while we think it's very important that people understand his connection to and his part of, his heritage of the liberation struggle, it's also important to understand that it's never been easy. It's a natural thing for children who are absent from their father to be aggravated, to be mad. So we had beefs. During those discussions, we began to clarify what is struggle, what is the stress of struggle, and that it wasn't easy for me not to be with them. It wasn't easy for me to give up my life for this struggle and even my family. We would argue. I mean, when you start tattoo thug life, when you start talking about thug life, what do you mean thug life? What are you talking about, snatching somebody's pocketbook? Why are you talking about no fucking snatch? Well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about thug. Tupac. What is thug? I'm in jail with a bunch of these no good motherfuckers. Is this thug life? What are you talking about? Okay, define it. Define thug life. Research. Make your own definition. I ain't mad. I don't have a problem with it. But come up with something that is clearly what you're talking about. We argued like hell. Our relationship wasn't, Father Ozzie and Harriet and all that nonsense. Our relationship was a relationship of struggle, criticism, struggle, and support.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab. I'm in the building, and this is MAKAVELI Media. Long time no hear from, right? Had to take a little break, but as always, I'm back at it. And I wanted to come back the right way. In no better way than to come back than with a R.I.P. video to the legendary Dr. Mr. Mutulu Shakur. How do I start this? I want to send my condolences to the Shakur family, especially to Mo Preem and to Sexual, and to Ray Love and the rest of the family as well. The video, the clip I just played, that was very, very, very telling to me. They gave me a glimpse into the type of relationship that Tupac had with his stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. We all know what Mr. Shakur contributed to society at large, but to our community especially. He ultimately paid the ultimate sacrifice by having his freedom taken from him because he stood for a just and noble cause and black equality and black justice. It's gut-wrenching to know that Mr. Mutulu Shakur, Dr. Shakur, maintained his innocence all the way to the end. And to just think that he was held unjustifiably for all those years and only released upon the terms that, he would succumb to his ailments wasn't fair at all. But once again, that clip of him talking about his relationship with Tupac, you know, a lot of people can appreciate a delicious birthday cake, but they don't appreciate the ingredients. Everybody talks about how well-rounded Tupac was, how down Tupac was, how deep of a person Tupac was. But he had a lot of people like that around him to help add those qualities to himself. And Dr. Mutulu Shakur was definitely one of them. To hear him say that he didn't always agree with Tupac's ideas, but he supported Tupac in his decision making. That was awesome. That was awesome. He came out and said he wasn't feeling thug life. He didn't understand it. He told Tupac to define it, to break it down. And ultimately, once Tupac did those things, he supported, helped Tupac come up with the Thug Life Code of Ethics. Dope. He also talked about how Tupac was a revolutionary. Just a different type of revolutionary in his era. Fantastic. Very truthful. Times were different in the 60s, the 70s, and 80s. Times are different now. But many of our plights here in America have stayed the exact same way. And our people find ourselves in the same condition as we did in the 60s, the 70s, and even the 80s. I just thought it was just, the perfect opportunity for myself to speak on Dr. Shakur. I know I'm a little late to the party, but we all need a break sometimes. But I do understand many of you wanted to hear my opinion or wanted me to speak on this matter. And, I'm glad I was able to do so. I'm sorry I had to do this video because I wish Dr. Shakur was still here, being just released from prison and enjoying his family. But unfortunately, he's not. So once again, rest in peace to Dr. Mr. Mutulu Shakur. Anyway, I need you guys to turn on them post notifications so you'll be the first ones to get it when I drop that shit. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is Makaveli Media. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.